We were driving down the beach looking for a location to do a little how-to on chunk bait when we ran into Billy Fischer hammering the fish on chunks. There were about 2-3 dozen guys throwing plugs. Not a single one had a fish while Billy kept getting fish. So we asked Billy if we can mic him up and he could tell us what was he doing, what was the secret of his success.
Right now I'm chunking and I'm liking to use the head right now. There's a lot of small fish and it's kind of weeding them out. And there's some small blues around. The bluefish tend to leave the heads alone. The bass are hitting real aggressive too. So they're ripping the smaller chunks off sometimes where they're just inhaling the heads. This is the rig I'm using. You might laugh, but this right here will stop you from getting tangled when your sink tumbles. Instead of being fully connected and twisting your line, that swivel right there will save that from happening. I like to hook the bunker right here. This way, when the bass swallows the head, gets the hook right there, and it's hard to tear off when it's hooked right there. You hook it up here. I seem to not get as many hookups. You don't want to go through the eyes, and the hook won't come out. But right here, a good hook set will tear that hook free. You're looking at the leader. This is 100-pound mono, and you might be saying it's kind of short, but that helps you cast a lot further for the outer bar I'm hitting. And that short leader, it won't tumble as much either out there because the waves and the current won't pick it up as much. You're gonna see all this white water in close, but there's an outer bar out there, and I'm hitting just inside of it in the trough. You can feel as I reel in, if I go too far, I'm dropping off into the slough that the fish are cruising through. I want to look, that wave's breaking right where I want to hit, right there. Right now, it's real easy to see the structure. You got a southwest wind blowing about 10-15 knots. And you got about a 4-foot, 5-foot heave. So it's real easy to see the bars. Right now, there's an outer bar, and I can see every time you get a good set coming in, and there's some deep water right in front of it, and that's what I'm trying to hit. And that water on the inside of the bar or the outside of the bar, the fish will swim along the bar. Right now, I'm lucky they're swimming on the inside of the bar, and I'm able to reach them. You got to hold a rod when you're fishing for stripers, because sometimes they're just so damn finicky, and you got to feel them little taps. If they were hitting real light, I'd have the bait runner on, and if I felt the tap, I'd just let it go. But they're hitting so aggressive right now that I'm just dropping the tip, maybe taking a step forward and letting the line come tight, and then setting the hook. But you have to absolutely hold the rod for this. If you leave it in the rod holder, the bounce back from the rod just gonna rip it right out of their mouths. I like either using the head or the very first piece next to the head. A lot of times I'll take that piece next to the head, the gut piece. I'll even wrap it in a rubber band sometimes when the fish are real finicky, and it makes it like a little chum bucket. And I've had times when that's the only piece they want. Right now they're liking the heads a lot. I mean, these next pieces will work, but like I said, they're hitting very aggressive, and they tend to rip the bodies right off the hook. So again, you hook it up in the shoulder area there, and it's real tough to get that hook out there. This is the gut piece I like using here. This is usually garbage, although I have had buddies catch some monsters on this piece here. They see me throwing it out all the time and laugh, the old timers. Every once in a while, I like to move the bait forward a couple feet. It stirs up the sand, and sometimes them fish are snooping around looking for the bait, and that'll help them find it. Usually I keep the bait 15 minutes tops, usually more closer to 10. You want to keep it fresh, keep a trail of scent going, so you don't want to get all washed out. Wish I had more heads. I have to have somebody go to the tackle shop and get a book.
I am Zeno Kroman, publisher of the Surfcasters Journal, and you are watching Surfcasters Journal TV.
Don't ever, ever listen to Billy Joel before you go fishing, because you will definitely not catch fish.
That's it.
It's obviously, really beat up.
I'm Zeno Kroman, the publisher of the Surfcasters Journal. For those of you who follow us, you know that we strive to bring you the best content. And if you thought that you saw everything we have to offer, get ready for another level. Surfcasters Journal TV is a multi-segmented web show, almost 30 minutes long for the subscriber of the Surfcasters Journal. In this first episode, we're going to have Bill Fischer chunking and catching a lot of fish, John Skinner, Billy Wetzel, Crazy Alberto, Dennis Zambrata, Lou Caruso.
One thing about a bottle plug is that you should have some type of current to fish them. But they're hitting the profile most of the time. They're not necessarily hitting, a pretty looking plug. As long as it's swimming good, that's what you want.
With all those wonderful meetings, public meetings, but the truth of the matter is we really have to look deep into what is going on. My personal feeling is, what's going to happen after all these wonderful meetings?
Twist. A lot of guys complain that when they're casting, after a few casts, they have to straighten the rod back up because it twists, and they're blaming the rod.
I can't tell you, even in the good years, how many times I sit there going, I hate the fall, I hate the fall. And the Tsunami Talking poppers, and yeah, this one's beat up, but it's beat up for a reason because it's seen a lot of use, a lot of fish. This is the 6-inch. I bumped the hooks up one size.
No contact equals no fish with any plugs that you're using.
A parabolic rod is a rod that bends all the way through the spectrum of the rod, all the way through the reel seat. A fast action rod is a rod that just bends in the very tip.
The easiest way to lose a flashlight is to not have it attached to anything. You put it in your mouth in the middle of the night, you got a fish in your hands, what are you going to do with it? But you can't put it in a pocket, you're holding a fish, so...
I see a lot of the newer guys, they want to go out and they want to surf fish and they want to know where and when, but they don't ask why.
And to get into a blitz of bass, say even in the daytime, where they're 30, 40 pounders, and you're getting them every cast, you don't know what that thrill is.
We're all friggin' nuts. We're surf fishermen.